The Alliance. You remember the Alliance? It was that consortium of the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC. Well, recently a story emerged about the so-called alliance, the former alliance of the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC. And that story comes from Yahoo Sports, and I will link it in the description box below. And in this report, it states that this alliance delayed the implementation of the 12-team playoff by over 16 months. You see, the alliance was formed in the summer of 2021 after it was announced that Texas and Oklahoma would be moving to the SEC. And this grouping of the three conferences, the Pac-12, Big Ten, and ACC, was essentially formed to block or prevent further expansion and domination by the SEC. And as part of their slow-walking process of everything college football, their podunking, if you will, they decided to throw a spanner in the works as far as implementing the already agreed upon 12-team playoff. And they did this because they thought the SEC was going to get too many teams in the new 12-team playoff. And so the leaders of the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Pac-12 said, let's stall this process out as long as we can. We'll schedule each other and we'll build up our strength of schedule. And then we'll get more teams into the new playoff system. And that's how we'll block the SEC. So beginning in August of 2021, and going all the way through December of 2022, those three conferences decided to do everything they could to block the beginning of the 12-team playoff system. And because of this, because of their delays, because the agreement to the 12-team playoff only was reached in December of 2022, that meant that the new system could only be implemented after the 2024 season. Now, of course, the alliance is no more because the Big Ten Conference used that handshake agreement, that handshake deal, to essentially buy some time and pick apart the Pac-12 Conference. So you can see the worth of the handshake deal in the business community. Having said that, though, you have to think, had this so-called alliance not hem-hawed and stalled and podunked their way around for 16 months, we would have a 12-team playoff right now. And I find this most curious when we see people like ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips go on rants and tirades about Florida State being excluded from this playoff. And in a sense, he's absolutely right to be mad at this 4-team selection committee. But it's extremely disingenuous for him to pretend like he's not the one responsible for delaying the 12-team playoff. It's ridiculous that he takes no responsibility whatsoever for putting a spanner in the works and delaying this new system that could have prevented this tragedy from occurring in the first place. And while I can certainly appreciate vitriol against ESPN and the SEC and whomever else some people might want to blame for this debacle, it is unconscionable that the leadership of the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Pac-12 just escape scot-free from any judgment on this issue. As I said before, I'll put the link to this article in the description box below. Take a look, see what you think. I find it amazing that very few people are discussing this, and I find it even more amazing that conference commissioners from big-time leagues like the ACC are seemingly running away from this story and pretending like it didn't happen. This is Kevin in Texas saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.